Hello everyone. Let's see what the next drawing prompt will be. Okay, we have mythical beast and spooky tree. So here's my sketch. This big tree. I think it's gonna be really green toned because that gives creepy, spooky. And then I'm thinking two creatures kind of maybe cheating a little bit because I think like the idea for this girl peeking out of the water is that she'd be a siren. And so that's, I feel like cheating because it's kind of just a person. And then maybe another sort of creature up here, maybe being some sort of fairy. Now I know fairies are technically, we want to get technical about mythical creatures, like small, you know? But I don't know, I'm still playing around with what that can be because I don't think sirens can leave the water, question mark. Again, I don't know all the technicalities on mythical beings, but some sort of creature up here and then one peeking out of the water here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm debating on going much bigger than I normally do because I think it'll make doing details easier. And I also don't really feel like cutting this piece of paper. I normally cut these watercolor sheets down, but I don't really know what kind of sizing I want. So I'm thinking of just going kind of big, or at least bigger than I normally do for these drawing prompt videos. I am kind of excited about this idea. I was very intimidated by the prompt because like mythical beast, there's so many different ways you could go about that. I think if I can pull it off, this could be really cool. And I think a big size would also look really cool, but we shall see. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my art, my inspiration, and my reference use. So many years ago when I was in high school and thinking I wanted to be an artist when I got older, that I was gonna go to art school and do that whole thing, I felt a lot of insecurity around me not feeling creative enough, feeling like I couldn't produce good art just out of my own head. And I thought that meant that I was a bad artist or not a real artist. Especially when you're in a creative community where copying is such a big deal, in which I'm not disagreeing with, but as I got older and my dreams of being an artist got smaller and farther away and less realistic, I started to shy away from making art at all. I just stopped doing it because I wasn't gonna be an artist. So I guess I didn't find value or the same enjoyment in creating art since I sort of gave up on that goal. But now that it's many years later and I'm an adult and not an artist, I have sort of refound my love for making art. Last year, I decided that I was going to get back into art as a hobby and doing it more regularly. Because throughout high school, I used to do it every day for many hours. And then after I left high school and after I left art school, I just pretty much stopped doing art altogether. But last year, when I decided to get back into it, I just figured there's no pressure to do anything specific or to make anything specific, and that I can really focus on the joy that I have for creating it and that process now that I'm not trying to prove something or prove that I'm a good artist or prove that I can make money doing it. I can fully explore it with less limitations. Not that I had limitations when I was in school, but I felt like there was. I felt like there was all this pressure to prove that I could be an artist. But I don't need to do that. I don't need to prove that then or now. I can just have art as a hobby. And I really like that it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to create what I enjoy. I'm not trying to sell these pieces or claim them as purely as my own. I'm very open and honest about the fact that I use references and I don't find anything wrong with that, since this is purely for my own enjoyment. I like being able to browse through Pinterest and see something that I like, a piece that really speaks to me, and being able to try and recreate it or use it in a way of my own, using the skills and materials that I have to be able to make something that I like and that I enjoy the process of and the final product of. Thinking of art this way has really made it fun again. I had a lot of fun with this piece, but using a slightly bigger piece of paper for this was really what I felt like it needed, because I had this vision for a really spooky, scraggly looking tree with really green hues. While this isn't my favorite piece I've ever done, especially out of the drawing prompts, I think it served its purpose and I think it came out really good and I'm proud of it. As soon as I started painting the red hair, I was like, maybe I should have done like a bright yellow, like a blonde, because there's yellow in the tree. But I painted their hair red and it is what it is now. And I don't regret it. I still think it looks cool, but just like I said, not one of my favorite pieces I've done. But I did really enjoy the overall process, the layering of the background to make it look faded and blurry, and then the layering of the tree to make it really dark and the shadows really pop. I thought that was really fun, and overall relatively happy with the outcome. So that is going to conclude this drawing prompt video. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Feel free to check out any of my other drawing prompt videos if you want to see the first 5 prompts of the drawing prompt book. And make sure you subscribe to not miss any of my future uploads. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!